Alright, we gotta talk about the 2024 NBA Draft. At this moment, in April of 2024, ESPN's mock draft has 4 internationals within the top 6 picks. 2 Frenchmen, Zaccharie Risacher and Sarr, are in the pole positions, while Serbian guard Nikola Topic and Lithuanian forward Matas Buzelis are 5th and 6th respectively. In other words, just looking at this, it seems like the NBA is right on track to become even more international, and not just in quantity, but in quality too. The talks of international players dominating the NBA in the past few years have been louder and louder, with Jokic, Giannis, Luka and SGA being at the forefront of it. So seeing ESPN predicting 4 internationals to top this draft class doesn't make you feel like this situation is changing anytime soon. Last time internationals occupied 4 spots in the top 6 of the NBA draft was in 2015. That year, Kat from Dominican Republic was picked first, Jahlil Okafor from Nigeria was picked 3rd, Kristaps Porzingis from Latvia 4th, and Croatian Mario Hezonja 5th. But let me be honest, this term international player is being used very liberally here. Both Towns and Okafor were born and grew up in the United States, learned to play basketball in the American basketball system, and those nationalities on the passport don't mean much. When we're talking about international players, I want to be talking about guys who were brought up in the European, South American, African, Asian, and Australian basketball school systems. And I would even exclude Canadians from this term because, let's be honest, the differences between Canada and US in terms of basketball style and traditions aren't that major. Additionally, Canadians who do perform well on a high school level in Canada eventually make their way into the US colleges or even high schools. So taking this fixed approach to the word international, what is the situation with a new batch of talent coming in the 2024 draft class? Well, out of those 4 internationals mentioned, only Matas Buzelis has grown up in the US, went through the AAU system, and now is playing in the G League Ignite team. Risacher has been playing basketball in France exclusively. Sarr started in France, played in Spain until 16, and only for the last few years moved out to the US and then Australia, while Topic is purely a product of Serbian basketball, coming up through the Crvena Zvezda youth team. Okay then, when was the last time 3 quote-unquote true internationals were drafted in the top 6? Well, the answer is never ever before. And I emphasize this fact on purpose. The NBA becoming more international has ramped up like never before. Record-breaking 125 internationals in the 2023-24 season. 2023 first pick was a French phenom Wembanyama, and top 3 players in the league right now are all Europeans. I don't know about you, but if I was an American, I would start pointing fingers at the AAU and probably be a little bit concerned that for the foreseeable future we might not see new American superstars in the league. Now quickly, before I make my last points, a quick shout out to Hostinger, who is there for you if you want to create your own website. Hostinger has made it so easy for anybody,
like even my elderly colleague Donatus,
to design a website using text prompts in their AI website builder. You don't need to know anything about web design or coding, just type what you need in your website and Hostinger's AI tools will take care of it. Use our code BNews10 and get an additional 10% discount on all hosting plans with Hostinger. Coming back to the topic at hand, I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. First of all, this is just ESPN's mock draft board. And oh my, these mock draft boards are not just constantly changing, but are also very inconsistent throughout different platforms that provide them. For example, The Ringer has Nikola Topic as high as 3, while NBADraft.net has him as low as 15. On one hand, it shows that these guys making these mock drafts are just terrible at predicting the future, but on the other, this draft class is widely considered to be weaker than the ones in the past. Another thing is, we've seen countless times that NBA scouts aren't perfect, and the fact that international players could be drafted high doesn't really mean they will be successful. Terms like bust or gem wouldn't exist if scouts worked flawlessly. So perhaps there's no reason to make a big deal out of these mock draft boards or even the draft itself. But you know what? I see the situation from an even different perspective. Perhaps what these high positions in the mock draft shows is really just reflecting on the way the NBA analysts, scouts, owners, and even fans are seeing international players right now. The narrative that internationals are soft or don't belong has been completely shattered by those top 3 guys I mentioned before. So it's possible that we have just come to the times when a foreign flag next to your name doesn't mean automatically you're gonna be undefeated underrated. Of course, it's also easy to go the other way and start over-appreciating international players, so there must be a balance like anywhere else in life. That is all for me today. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to our channel for a chance to win a Gytis jersey, and also check out this video how Americans who are naturalized have taken over FIBA basketball.